Over 500 years ago, a man from Poland dared to question everything humanity believed about the cosmos. His name was Nicolaus Copernicus. Born in 1473 in Toru, Poland, Copernicus grew up in a world ruled by tradition, a world where the Earth was firmly, unshakably, believed to be the center of the universe. For centuries, scholars, priests, and philosophers had all agreed. The sun, planets, and all the distant stars revolved around our small, stationary world. This was the undisputed truth. But young Copernicus had a mind that wouldn't settle for easy answers. He was a born scholar, obsessed with learning, calculating, and observing. He was completely fascinated by the stars, by their elegant dance across the night sky, and by the mysteries they held. Unlike so many of his time, he didn't accept authority blindly. He believed in the power of reason, direct observation, and hard evidence. As he grew into a young man, Copernicus sought out the finest education Europe had to offer. He studied at the prestigious universities of Krakow, Bologna, and Padua, mastering mathematics, astronomy, law, and even medicine. He was a true Renaissance man, but even surrounded by the greatest knowledge of his age, one fundamental question continued to haunt him. Are we really the center of everything? For years, he dedicated his nights to studying the skies. He meticulously observed the planets, the stars, and their intricate motions. He began to notice strange patterns, inconsistencies that just didn't fit the old geocentric model, the one that placed Earth at the heart of creation. The movements of planets like Mars, with its strange retrograde loops, seemed unnecessarily complicated. It was like trying to solve a puzzle with the wrong pieces. The more he observed and the more he calculated, the more a revolutionary idea began to take shape in his mind. Something that would shatter the foundations of his world. What if the Earth wasn't the center? What if the sun was? This idea, which we now call the heliocentric theory, was breathtakingly daring. It flew in the face of centuries of deeply held religious and scientific authority. It was a direct challenge to the established order, a cosmic demotion for humanity. To suggest that our world was just another planet, spinning through the void, was almost unthinkable. For decades, Copernicus hesitated to share his groundbreaking discovery. He understood the risks. He feared ridicule from his peers, rejection from the church, and perhaps even graver dangers. The truth he had uncovered was a heavy burden to bear alone, yet he knew he couldn't keep it hidden forever. The evidence was too compelling. The mathematical elegance of a sun-centered system was too beautiful to ignore. So, slowly, painstakingly, he began to write. He compiled all of his observations, his complex calculations, and his revolutionary theories into a single, monumental work. He called it *De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium*, on the revolutions of the celestial spheres. Imagine the sheer courage that took, to question the very ground beneath your feet. To suggest that humanity was not the privileged center of creation, Copernicus was risking his entire reputation, his social standing, and potentially his safety, all for the sake of truth as he saw it. Finally, in 1543, as he lay near the end of his life, his book was published. A copy was famously said to have been placed in his hands on his deathbed. Copernicus did not live to see the firestorm his ideas would ignite. He never witnessed the full impact of his work. At first, many scholars ignored or dismissed his theory. It was too radical, too different. But the seeds of revolution had been planted. His book, though complex and not widely read initially, inspired a new generation of thinkers. Men like Galileo Galilei, Johannes Kepler, and Isaac Newton would pick up where Copernicus left off. They would observe, calculate, and continue to challenge the old assumptions, building upon his heliocentric foundation. The world of science would never be the same. Copernicus taught humanity a profound and timeless lesson, that curiosity, courage, and a commitment to evidence can overcome centuries of unquestioned belief. He showed us that the universe is not built around us, and yet, striving to understand it is one of the most noble things the human mind can do. His heliocentric model explained the motions of the planets with a simplicity and clarity that the old geocentric system could never achieve. It laid the essential groundwork for modern astronomy, for physics, and ultimately, for the space age we live in today. Every time we launch a satellite, send a probe to another planet, or gaze at images from the James Webb Telescope, we are standing on the intellectual shoulders of Copernicus. He didn't just move the planets in a theoretical model. He moved the very foundation of human thinking. He shifted our perspective from a small, central stage to a vast, mysterious, and yet knowable cosmos. Today, we rightly celebrate Copernicus as a towering symbol of intellectual courage, relentless curiosity, and the unwavering pursuit of truth. His life is a powerful reminder that one single idea, born in a single human mind, can echo across the centuries, completely reshaping our understanding of the world and inspiring generations to come. He proved that science isn't just about observing the world. It's about having the courage to question it. It's about daring to think differently, even when the entire world tells you that you are wrong. Nicolaus Copernicus passed away in 1543, the very same year his life's work was finally shared with the world. He never saw the scientific revolution he ignited. He never knew the names of the giants he inspired, or the true scale of the universe he helped humanity begin to comprehend. yet his legacy is all around us. When we look up at the stars, when we explore the vastness of space, when we question and learn, and push the boundaries of knowledge, we do so in the spirit of that Polish astronomer who dared to move the earth not with his hands, but with his mind. Copernicus reminds us that the universe is always larger than our fears, broader than our assumptions, and it is always waiting for those who are brave enough to explore it. In a world that often clings to certainty, Copernicus teaches us the power of doubt. In a world afraid of change, he shows us the courage required to think differently. He didn't just change astronomy, he fundamentally changed the way we see ourselves and our place in the cosmos. And so, the story of Nicolaus Copernicus isn't just a story about science. It's a timeless story of human courage, curiosity, and the boundless, world-changing power of an idea. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the history of science and ideas. See you in the next video.